Good morning, children. Welcome back to the bio class. In the last class, we have started with a new chapter, that is tissue. First of all, I hope you all are well and doing the work given by the teachers in a proper manner in proper notebook. And last time also I gave an assignment on the tissues. I hope you have done it and you didn't face any problem in doing the work. Now, coming back to the chapter, last time we have discussed about the plant tissues, several kinds of plant tissues, and in that I have already told you that it could be your dividing tissue, that is meristematic tissue, or permanent tissue. We have discussed the simple permanent tissues which are made up of only one kind of cell. Those were your parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Now we come to the complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent. The word complex says that it is not made up of one kind of cell. These tissues are made up of more than one kind of cell. That is why they are called as complex. All these cells work together to perform one function, and they make, if any one of the cell is missing, the tissue will be incomplete. That is why they are called as complex permanent tissue. If any one of the cell is missing, the tissue will not be able to perform what it has to do. Among these complex permanent tissue, we have two. One is xylem, other is phloem. Xylem and phloem, you have studied from class 6. Xylem and phloem are responsible for carrying food and water. Xylem is responsible for carrying water and minerals from the soil to prepare food, whereas phloem is responsible for carrying prepared food from the leaves to all parts of the plant. Haven't we studied that? So this xylem and phloem are called as complex permanent tissue. Now, as you have a pipeline at your home, you have a pump through which the water is transported to the tank. Whenever you need water, you do not switch on your pump, do you? No. You have a pump through which there is a pipeline which goes up. The pump water is stored in the tank, and whenever you require, you open the tap and you get the water. Similarly, these also have the same function. The cells, vessel are responsible. Vessel and your this vessel are responsible for storage. Tracheids and fibers are actually the pipeline which is carrying this and providing strength. And parenchyma is the storage, that is your tank. Do you understand? Xylem vessel and tracheids are responsible for the upward movement of water and minerals, your pipeline. Fibers are providing the mechanical strength. In your pipeline, you have those bolts which keep them attached to one position. That work is done by the fibers. And then we have the parenchyma, that is, I have told you that the function of parenchyma is storage. So parenchyma here stores the things which are brought by vessels and tracheids. Right. Now, xylem is completely made up of dead cells. All these cells, vessel, tracheid, fibers, all are dead. Only parenchyma is living because it has to perform the function of storage. So it requires proper space, proper everything, so it is living. Whereas fiber is providing mechanical strength, so it is dead. Now we come to the phloem. Phloem is carrying your prepared food. Same kind of pipeline system is over there. Sieve tubes, companion cell, fibers and parenchyma. Parenchyma is doing the same job, that it is storing the things. Fibers doing the same job, that is your mechanical strength. Sieve tube and companion cells have taken the place of vessel and tracheids, that is, they are actually responsible for carrying food to all parts of the plant. Difference between these two is, as I told you, xylem is having all dead cells except this parenchyma. Similarly, phloem is having all living cells except this fibers. Fibers are only non-living cells present in the complex permanent tissue, right? So they are responsible for carrying the things, whether it is raw materials or it is your prepared food from all parts. Apart from this, in some books, though it is not a very important thing, but still you should know that there is one more part which is called as protective plant tissue. Protective plant, this is something different, entirely different. Some plants may have it, some plant may not have it, but in one or the other manner, these are having. Their plants are having it. That is, the epidermis is to be covered with a waxy layer. So in some it is called as wax, in some it is called as cutin, or it could be wax like in watery plant, or it could be called as cutin. Cutin is nothing but it is an organic substance which is covering the epidermis and providing protection. So this is protective plant tissue. Apart from this, as the stem and the roots grow older from time to time, the protective tissues at the end, at the periphery means at the end, which is exposed outside, becomes cork cell. What do they become? They become cork cell. Generally, in earlier days, the homeopathic medicines, they had a bottle of the homeopathic medicines used to have a cover which was made up of these cork cells, because they are very hard and can hold the things very properly. So that is called as cork cell, and it is also a protective tissue. Understood? Now, we have studied the plant tissues. Now, the animal tissues are entirely different from that of the plant tissue. We are going to discuss the animal tissue over here. Animal tissues, we can classify the animal tissue in 4 different parts. What are those 4 different parts? One is your epithelial tissue, other is your connective tissue, muscular tissue, and your nervous tissue. Right? The 4 different kinds of tissue are epithelial, connective, muscular, nervous. Now, before I start with epithelial, connective, we will go backward. That will be easier because you have already studied the nervous tissue. Okay? For nervous tissue, if you remember, we have studied in class 8 about the nerve cell. The entire nervous tissue is made up of only nerve cells, which are called as neurons. Nerve cells or neurons. Now, if you remember the structure of the nerve cell, it has a cell body which is called a cyton. Inside the cyton, we have a nucleus. Then we have, projections called as dendrites and dendrons, and one projection which is called as axon, and in between we have the neurolemma, and they are covered with what is called as myelin sheath. We have discussed all this. Do you remember where it is found? It is found in the entire body. It is covered by myelin sheath, and we have gapping in this between the myelin sheath, which is called as nodes of Ranvier. We have studied all these things. The same things are there. You need to revise the structure of the neuron. We have a cell body. You need to revise this thing. Nodes of Ranvier, dendrons, dendrites. If you remember, this kind of a structure was there, and they are responsible for transmitting the nerve impulses throughout the body. We have studied different kind of neuron, haven't we? We have studied about afferent and efferent neuron, or your sensory neuron, motor neuron, mixed neuron. So the primary function of all the neuron is to carry nerve impulses from brain and spinal cord to all parts of the body, and from all parts of the body to the brain and spinal cord. Another thing, wherever the dendrons meet the axon of another cell, of another nerve cell, it is called as synapse. The point of connection is called as synapse. And we have also studied that this synapse, the neurotransmission occur through a chemical. It's a neurochemical transmission, and that chemical is called as acetylcholine. Haven't we studied that? Yes. So that has to be repeated over here. Basically, you need to study the structure of this nerve cell, of the neuron, deeply. You should know how to draw the structure, what are the parts, the labeling of the neuron is very, very important. So please draw it in your notebook and label it. That this will be your homework. Draw and label a nerve cell and draw a chart showing all the plant tissues. Do you understand? 2 homeworks to be done on the white part on the chart, interleave side. That is, one diagram of neuron has to be drawn, and the other one is chart for all the plant tissue. Have a good day.